Get this with a paper in rejection. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If you don't know me, my name is Fidaus Osman. I'm a Ghanaian student living in Germany. I like to share my life experiences as an African student living in Germany. And also like to give tips on how to apply to universities in Germany. Yeah. So in today's video, we're going to talk about German student visa application and my experience. So, if you get this, yes, that means you've been given the visa. Yeah, but you get this with a paper in rejection. And nobody wants that. Now, let me tell you guys, German student visa application is not one of the hardest visas to get compared to the US or the Canada or the UK. But it can be also challenging, You need to really prepare yourself, like really well. So we are going to discuss, I'm going to tell you guys about my experience at the German embassy for my visa. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Don't be too anxious. It's a lie. I was very nervous. I was so anxious. I was scared. But it's normal because you're human, okay? But make sure you are well prepared. So now, before you go to Germany, you need to have a blog account. So with this blog account, you need a sponsor. Somebody who's going to, like your father, your mom, your uncle, somebody who's going to sponsor your education. So when you are going for this interview, you need to go with your sponsor for the interview. What if your sponsor is not around to go for the interview with you? Well, that was my situation. Yeah, my sponsor wasn't around to go to the interview with me, but then he gave me a letter of absence that he wasn't going to be around for the interview with valid reasons. So he gave me this letter signed and sealed. I took it along to the embassy, and they agreed, and I went ahead with my interview. So my interview was pretty cool. Like, not so much like difficult questions, but it depends on who you meet, different people with different kinds of questions. Well, I met a really nice lady. Well, I don't know if she's nice, but she seems cool. But she didn't even look at my face during the interview, She asked me what I'm going to study, how many courses I'm going to do in the first semester. I'm just giving you guys tips, on what to expect, okay? She asked me if I have any family in Europe, those kind of questions. Little something about Germany, even some can ask you the name of one of your lecturers or your professor. You need to know like things about your university, things about Germany. You need to know like information about the city where you are going to study, your university, some information about your university, your program, how many modules you're going to do in a semester. Because she asked me how many modules I was going to do in my first semester, and I answered, and then she asked me to mention all of them. So you can imagine if I didn't do my research before going, I was going to fail or something. So I answered all my questions correctly. My questions were pretty easy. Like, it wasn't even up to 10 minutes. We were done. That was it. But I'm going to leave a link in my description box. There are some questions you can go through. It really helps, okay? So I can say for a fact that to the German embassy, the interviewer doesn't have the full power to grant you the visa or reject you the visa. The decision has to come from the state you are going to study, okay? Unlike the US embassy, they're going to know if you got rejected or accepted. But with the German embassy, it takes some time. It takes like 2 weeks to like a month, for you to know that you were rejected or accepted, rejected or offered the visa. So let's look at some of the documents you actually need, for your visa. Obviously, you need your passport. You need a motivation letter. If you are a student, I'm talking for, students. If you are a student, you need to write a motivation letter why you want to study in Germany, your career goals, those kind of things. And this is not typed, it's written. So you need to, be able to convince them why you want to study in Germany. Okay, be able to convince them well, because this decision is going to come from the states, not from the interviewer. So you need to write your motivation letter very, very well. Now make sure that the names on your documents, your date of birth, is the same on all your documents, so that it doesn't contradict. Okay, else this can cause you like a very, very big problem. You can even be banned from going for a visa interview. So make sure that your names on your passport, your birth certificate, the names on all your documents are like the same thing, so that it doesn't cause any trouble. All right. Okay, so with students, when you're going for interview, you need to go with your sponsor. Now, who is a sponsor? It's somebody who is in charge, like who is going to sponsor your study program. For Germany, you need to have a blocked account going to sponsor you. Okay, so you need to go with your sponsor for the interview. Now, your sponsor will be interviewed and you will be interviewed separately, different times. What if your sponsor is not around? What if your sponsor is out of the country? Now, it's also possible to also go for the interview, but without your sponsor. Now, your sponsor has to give you a letter giving valid reasons why he or she will not be available at the interview. That was my case. My sponsor was not available. He gave me a letter, and yeah, I sent it to the embassy, and yeah, I still got my visa. So it's possible to go without your sponsor. Now, take note of that as well. So that's it for the German visa interview, and I hope this was helpful enough, because a lot of you guys have asked me questions about the interview and stuff. And I hope this was okay. As I said, I'm going to leave a link to questions you can go through before your visa interview. Yeah? So good luck, and I hope you get your visa and come and join us in Germany. Bye.